So obviously we got the announcement today that Tyson Fury will rematch Deontay Wilder February 22nd. Now, several things have come to light about this. So obviously, first off is that the Ring Magazine title, the vacant Ring Magazine heavyweight title, will actually be on the line in this fight. Now, the reason why it's going to be on the line is because the Ring Magazine will only put their belt on the line if it's vacant anyway. They'll only put it on the line if the number one and the number two contenders by the Ring Magazine face each other. Okay, so at one stage, I think prior to the Ruiz fight, it was Anthony Joshua, then Deontay Wilder. I think Tyson Fury was in at number three, or it might have been someone else. I'm not sure. So obviously, they were never going to put the Ring Magazine on the line for Wilder versus Fury in the first fight because they weren't 1 and 2. Obviously, AJ loses to Andy Ruiz, so the Ring Magazine then I think they made Deontay Wilder. Was it Wilder or Fury? I can't remember, but they made each of them basically 1 and 2. All right, I'm not sure which order it was. I think it might have actually been Fury at number one. I'm not sure. Someone wants to correct me, they can. So basically, they're both eligible to fight for the vacant title. So that's that out the way. That's that explained. I don't want to go on too long in this video. So it says that the Fury versus Wilder will be pay-per-view in the US. Of course, we expected that. Both Fox pay-per-view and ESPN Plus. Okay, so both companies should say, are going to have this fight pay-per-view. So you're going to get Fox pay-per-view, with Lennox Lewis. I think he commentates for Fox. And obviously we know the ESPN team, Timothy Bradley, Andre Ward, etc., etc. Look, I'm not telling anybody who they should go with. Whoever's the better deal, personally, because we obviously don't have to pay for ESPN or Fox in Ireland and the UK. But whoever has the better deal, go for that. If they're both paying the same, go for ESPN. They're better commentary. They're serious. They're better commentary. In the UK now, this is the interest. This is what I want to get at here. So in the UK, the rematch with Tyson Fury has not yet been decided. Okay, so it's according to Mike Coppinger, by the way. It's claimed Sky Sports and BT Sports are both chasing the right to this fight. So even though Tyson Fury is co-promoted by Frank Warren, it seems as though Warren's really taken a backward step. Basically, for the last 3 fights now, it would have been in Fury's career. So this is essentially a Bob Arum and Top Rank co-promotion with, I think Lou DiBella is officially Wilder's promoter, and obviously he's advised by Al Heyman. I think it's Lou DiBella. I could be wrong. Could be someone else, but that's essentially how it's going to be. Now, first thing I want to address is since we're having a Top Rank PBC, cross promotional thing happening, why was Errol Spence and other welterweights saying to Terence Crawford cross the street when obviously they can do cross promotional fights at heavyweight? Why can't they do them at welterweight? And I'm using Spence because I wanted to see Spence versus Crawford, and now I don't know. We need to see how Spence looks if he comes back, because I'm saying if still, because we just don't know. So that's kind of what I'd say on that. In terms of Sky and BT Sport, I think it comes down to who bids the most for the fight. Because if you may remember, Frank Warren had a lot of Fury's fights when he was signed with Mick Hennessy. Frank Warren was working kind of side by side with Mick Hennessy. He was putting Fury on Box Nation, who Frank Warren was using at the time. And obviously when the Klitschko fight got announced, Sky got the rights to that fight, and they obviously showed it on Sky Box Office. Basically, I think something similar can happen this time. It depends who bids the most. But it might be a nail in the coffin to Frank Warren and BT Sport if they don't get this. Because, let's face facts, Frank Warren signed Tyson Fury when he came back. That was who Fury signed to. He worked with Tyson Fury, got him the Deontay Wilder fight. And now it seems like Fury has kind of put Frank Warren to one side and is working more with Bob Arum. And obviously this fight will generate money. It's not going to break any pay-per-view records, but it's going to generate money. It's a rematch. Fury's gained a lot in the UK. Not as much as he could have if he'd fought over here in the last year, but his reputation in the UK has increased. So people are going to buy it in the UK, despite the fact that at the time, they probably won't touch Anthony Joshua kind of type figures, but it do well, whether it's on Sky or BT. And in the US, the rematch, if it's promoted well, it can do well. I think the press conferences will have a lot to go on. Obviously the first time around there was a lot of talking points around the press conferences, the antics between the two fighters. So I think if it's billed right, it can do well. But with regards to Sky and BT Sport bidding for it, to whoever it goes to, I really don't mind. I would probably rather BT Sport just because I prefer the commentary. But if I'm going to be watching this fight, I'm going to be watching it on ESPN if I can get it on ESPN. So it's an interesting one. Obviously, whoever bids the most gets it. But I do think that if Sky do get the rights to this fight, because we know Wilder fights a lot on Sky, they pick up a lot of his fights. He doesn't actually fight for them. He's not a matchroom fighter, but they pick up a lot of his fights. If this fight does happen on Sky, I really do think that would be the end of the Frank Warren kind of Tyson Fury relationship, and I think you'd see Frank Warren kind of cut his ties with Fury, I would imagine, because he's trying to get BT Sport as a boxing platform up, and obviously, if your marquee name, which Tyson Fury basically is fighting on Sky, that's not a good look for BT Sport, definitely not. So BT Sport will probably be bidding left, right and centre to try and get this fight on BT Sport pay-per-view. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. At the end of the day, I just want to see both fighters get paid well, and hopefully we have a good fight. I really don't care what it's on. As I said, I'll be watching it on ESPN if I can get it. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, subscribe and share it, of course, if you enjoyed it. And as always, I will talk to you after.